Hello, all you lucky people.
We're back. Sorry,
it's about to get real bad. Because, you know what, I'm going to try it for a second, Diamond Dog. Nightmare on Elm Street for NES, can you believe it? Freddy Krueger had his own game in 1989, I believe.
Worth Nintendo's watching us from Japan right now.
What up, Worth Nintendo?
What's up, dude?
And this is not a good game, but it's also not a bad game, and it did support the Nintendo, what was that called? Multi-tap? Four-player thing? 4 players simultaneously?
Yeah, it's a 4-player
There's a oh, hello!
This game is a 4-player Castlevania ripoff.
So what am I supposed to do here, Dave?
Just walk till you see an open door.
Somebody also just said they love our Friday streams. That we've been
Oh,
doing.
really?
Yeah.
Is this more convenient for folks?
I hope so.
Oh, hello.
You're black and white now.
And this music is goddamn terrible. I know it. Ooh. Damn it. Here it is.
Okay.
Hold.
Somebody also said,
You hold
Freddy
me.
on the title screen looks like he's about to drop the hottest mixtape.
DJ Rapmaster Freddy. That's the door. Look at him get smaller.
Yeah.
Hello, Worth Nintendo, Pasta Bird, Kakidoni Maru, Ivan Rockwell, Black Pariah, Spruce Grove.
I don't know any Freddy movie where you had to find bones, but
well, in Nightmare on Elm Street 3: The Dream Warrior,
TV.
You have to find they literally find like a Freddy Horcrux. They have to find his body in order to kill him forever.
Is it still in the boiler room?
It is not in the boiler room. It's in the junkyard. One of the coolest Nightmare set pieces. That's where the townspeople of Springwood buried him.
Did you just let him burn?
They didn't let him burn. They made him burn because of the lore of Freddy Gozy.
Because they touched Willie.
He was a child murderer, and you can't say child molester. It was the 80s. He's a child murderer, and he got off because of a technicality. So the family, the parents of Springwood went and murdered him.
He's a child murderer, and he treated the bodies with the utmost respect when they were dead.
They took justice into their own hands.
He only diddled them.
So the only way to kill a Freddy is with a genie. So you'll notice that I'm not losing
goodness.
lives.
So different strokes were allowed to say things that Freddy couldn't.
Have some wine. We watch porno. Like everyone's so uptight.
My children want wine.
I love how like he's a bike shop owner with a gruff voice, but he's like, everyone's so uptight.
Take your shirt off. You ever see the Smart Guy episode that's basically a remake of that? Smart Guy got molested.
Smart guy? But I thought he's smart.
Well, he brought him in to test a new video game he was making about surfing.
Smart guy.
Every kid's kryptonite.
Where you stood in front of a green screen and it made it look like you were surfing. And then he made him take his shirt off.
Oh no!
Oh, that's what happens. It
I
counts
fell
back
asleep.
from the dream world. I feel asleep. That's probably as good a time as any to tell you that Nightmare on Elm Street is brought to you by an Elm Street Nightmare. Find that at elmstreetnightmare.com or wherever you get your podcasts. A new podcast featuring myself and Lizzie Cuevas.
You don't scare me, Freddy.
Look at that.
Newly Salad says he actually took a knee on all his victims' backs. Otherwise, they didn't give a shit.
So I do like that about the game, that Freddy appears on a bunch of different crap.
Yeah.
Because that is... Oh, what?
Oh, he's
woke
playing
up.
music to wake up.
So I do like... This is another one of those weird-ass LJN games that is like... Yeah, this is kind of authentic to what the series is.
Yeah.
It's hard to play in a bizarre...
This game's also, like, it's bad, but it's not as bad as a lot of NES games at the time. Like, I've played this game and have had fun with it.
Especially as far as LJN games go. But, I don't know, Dave, do you like or hate the Friday the 13th for NES?
I don't like it.
Okay.
No, that game sucks.
But you played it a bunch and you know how to play it.
I only beat it because I had the Game Genie. So we do have infinite. We have infinite lives, but these things are gonna take forever. I hate these bosses. They're so like.
You're only ever armed with punching?
I think you can find weapons like as
Yeah,
power
you
ups.
pick stuff up, right?
Oh, is that how you do it?
I think so. Isn't it like? I mean, like you don't like pick them up and throw
Well,
them.
if you see anything that looks like a weapon that I can pick up.
I think it's like the whip extensions in Castlevania, or don't different character. Did you choose a character?
No.
Okay.
You can either be a guy in red shirt or blue shirt. I forget what the other.
I remember
colors are.
having some kind of Castlevania-esque whip in this game.
Are you sure you're not thinking of Castlevania?
I might be thinking Castlevania.
I would listen
Oh!
Does Castlevania have a whip in it?
Man, Pasta Bird's pointing something out that I was trying to put this together in my head, but this guy, the character that you play as, he looks so familiar because Rare developed a WrestleMania arcade game or NES game, and you can play as yourself, which I thought was so great back in the day. And it's this. I think it's the same sprite.
Yeah,
and the winner really was you
Yeah.
in that game.
As far as the multiplayer functionality goes, it's the same looking character with different color shirts and pants. Because back in the 80s, we wore matching colored shirt and pants.
No girls?
LJN was a division of Rare, which Rare had like a bunch of like crappy shell companies because Nintendo only let you put out, what was it, 5 games a year, 4 games a year?
I thought it was less than that, like 2.
Maybe it is 2 or 3. Yeah. And so Rare made LJN and a bunch of other companies. Do you know how many NES games Rare made for the NES?
I do not.
60 games.
60 games.
Within what, like 5 years?
Mm-hmm.
Like that's
8 years,
crap. Yeah.
But they like good or bad, those games helped define the system, and it was probably a decent partner for Nintendo to pick up. I can't believe this is Rare though. Even as the New Line Cinema logo at the time, we played that bit for you on our lasertimepodcast.com.
The New Line logo's in this?
It was mentioned in the copyright screen.
It's like a mock on my pet snake here.
When did it
remember how they mentioned that, like,
what year is this?
Nightmare on Elm Street 3 was like the highest grossing independent movie, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
But they were all still independent movies at that point.
Does it start at New Line or does he move to New Line?
No,
the first movie is a New Line movie?
New Line.
Okay. Because New Line is
if you
the
listen
house...
to the Elm Street Nightmare podcast, I'll tell you a little bit about the history of New Line.
Because New Line is the house that Freddy built.
It is. They'd been around since the 60s.
And the Ninja Turtles.
And they
and the Mask.
Yeah, and the Mask to Dumb and Dumber into Lord of the Rings. Peter Jackson, by the way, wrote a total script for one of the Nightmare movies that ended up getting turned down. But it sounds way cooler than what they ended up making. More on that on an Elm Street Nightmare.
I love taking movie developer logos and putting them on and be like, what movie does this make you think of? Because that's a fun game to play. Especially New Line's the most fun to do it with because I feel like everyone
they were all over the 90s.
Yeah, like everyone will say Ninja Turtles or Freddy. Mine is the Mask. Yeah. When I see that logo, I think of the Mask because I watch that VHS so much. But it's also such a great logo.
And you get through the credits and watch that Space Ghost episode.
When those two ladders come together and make that logo, I think it's really cool.
Sad they never made a Dead Alive NES game to Zags TV. You know,
yeah.
I bet if they pitched that and anybody at Nintendo looked at the source material, it would be a flat no.
This is so weird that it takes a lot of horror movie cliches and throws them into a Freddy game.
I know.
A ghost! A minotaur!
A ghost with spooky, wavy Muppet arms.
These are such a cliche. I have fought 3 of these enemies in the Home Alone game.
He looks like.
But then that's like a real thing.
Yeah, it's
doesn't Freddy like become a spider at some point?
No, but he becomes a snake. Oh. Wait, maybe he does. Become
Freddy
a spider.
vs. Jason becomes a big worm.
I'm giving you arachnophobia, bitch.
Big worm. It looks the arms on that ghost look like the bad guy at the end of RoboCop falling out of the window.
But this is in the timeline of Nightmare on Elm Street history. I believe we are at this is peak oversaturation, Freddy.
I mean, this music now. When you change between the Dream World and the regular world, it sounds just like RC Pro-Am.
What year was this game? Was this after the first movie?
89, I believe. No, it's after. It's like before the last movie. But you know, I didn't double check that. There might be like some super shitty ZX Spectrum Freddy game out there somewhere.
Almost definitely is.
Bum Smash TV isn't in the SNES Classic. I am too. Special cases. Although I feel like I own that so many other places at this point.
Now it's his head.
Is my big one. That's like that should have been out here.
Insert coin, bitch.
So every boss game was on a bit of a crunch. It's like, oh well, let's just make it the same thing, but now it's a head instead of a.
Look at those tongues coming at you though.
And it's all reused assets from Snake, Rattle, and Roll.
Oh really?
No, I'm just guessing.
It's a precursor to Ball.
He better not shoot another thing, because I don't think the NES can handle that. Oh my god. Thank God we're on the MLG machine.
Nuke Ninja says that's clearly Fester's head.
He looks like a bald Beavis.
Yeah, I'm gonna eat him.
I need Kiwi.
What are those things he's
I think they're
tongues.
They are tongues, because
it's a head.
I think by the 4th film, Freddy had done something elaborate with his tongue in every single film.
He is chicken wings.
He puts his fingers over his mouth and goes.
No, he'd forcibly kiss people. He'd stick it out of phone receivers.
Oh, I remember the phone one for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't have an Xbox One, so I can't get KI Classic. Damn you, Rare. Oh, the Xbox One Killer Instinct is now on Steam, I think. But not the old one.
Not the old one. Is the original Killer Instinct on Rare Replay?
I don't know.
Because it would be in both of those, right?
This game needs severe overt gay overtones.
There are no women in this game.
This is 90 Humidifier. That's what we're here for.
You cannot play as a woman in this game.
And that's
Christian
fucked up.
undertones.
A woman is the hero of every goddamn Nightmare movie except for the second. Ralphie May's death, a grim reminder to be mindful of your physical health. I mean, I'm kind of at the age where I just feel that all the time. Oh, I didn't sleep enough, and I woke up in pain.
Nuke Ninja says you should summon Dawkins now.
They defeated Freddy with the power of rock.
What about the Fat Boys?
Oh, my throat hurts too much to do that.
Are they still alive?
Wait,
did they outlive Ralphie May?
I think Bob Master saying was there a Freddy versus Jason Maze?
Yeah, I mean,
A Universal?
yeah, Universal will tend to adopt,
Everything.
well, like, the license horror movies outside of their menagerie, like, almost every year. Like, Walking Dead's been there forever.
Yeah, that's a show, right?
I forget what it is, but it's not, like, Universal has no stake in Walking Dead at all. They did Resident Evil a few years ago. Not a Universal movie, a Sony movie. I just need a Freddy cartoon with a 1950s doo-wop theme song. He's Freddy.
Yeah, Freddy should have had a cartoon.
Yeah, I'm shocked that he didn't. I
Crypt
really
Keeper
am.
got one.
I mean, that motherfucker has his own bubble gum. For goodness sake. Dave, you're pretty MLG at this. I see why you wanted to play.
Yeah, you haven't even gotten
I know
the game
where
over.
all the bones are.
I know what there's not in Nightmare on Elm Street. No bats.
Not even one. Ever.
Kickboxer's on TV right now, and I saw
Sweet.
Freddie Mercury get killed. Does that happen in the movie?
What?
I love to call Step by Step Kickboxer the series
Oh, God.
Definitely.
before they had to write him off because he beat his wife.
That wife beater dude did take over the Kickboxer series, right?
Yeah, he's Kickboxer 3, I think.
I see. Egg Stevie is saying Dave is the bone master.
Kickboxer movies rule, by the way. I used to watch this as a kid a lot. My dad would put them on.
Get out of here, Ghost.
They would come on cable.
Oops.
But
Oh,
I
no.
also want to make sure you guys check out an Elm Street Nightmare,
Hey.
elmstreetnightmare.com.
Oh,
It is...
Jumped right through the logo there.
It's a really fun podcast my friend Lizzie Cuevas and I have been doing. That's going to be a limited series around Halloween. There's a couple things I've yet to reveal. What was my first Nightmare on Elm Street? Actually, I think laser timers know that.
What was your first wet dream on Elm Street?
I did have Freddy dreams, but...
Wet Freddy dreams? I
Which-
said wet dream.
yeah, I had a wet Freddy dream. I mean,
Nice.
look, the dude's lubricated. His
Oh, that
skin
one
is
where
exposed.
it's a mask on a sexy naked lady?
Yeah, but what you don't yet know is which one has been my favorite, and that's next week. You can check it out there, or get episodes
Freddy versus
early on
Jason.
Patreon, patreon.com/lasertime. And another reminder, we do encourage your support, but we've had some issues with iOS 11 unsubscribing people. So if you're listening to us on your podcast platform, be sure to subscribe. It would really help us out. And if you feel like it, toss a rating on Elm Street Nightmare.
Jonah Gregory has been enjoying it.
Elm Street Nightmare should be up on Google Play.
Dorito Killer says, man, these nightmare films are fun. Someone should do a podcast about them. We don't have one of those. There are a lot of those, but only one good one. Spruce Grove listens to it on the way to
It
work.
should be up soon. It's not up yet.
No.
I miss my commute. I miss my car. I miss driving to work and listening to podcasts.
Thank you, Spruce Grove.
Stopping at Wawa. God, I miss Wawa so
When is
much.
the Google and their RSS hating? Yeah, Google.
You know, no matter how you commute, you can always listen to podcasts.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I know it takes me 15 minutes to walk here, whereas it used to take me 20 minutes to an hour to drive to work. depending on
I
the
feel like
traffic.
I want to find an alternative to whoever's using Google Play. I don't know that much about the platform, but it's been a real bitch to get our podcast on there, and there is no help. And
Do people still use Google Play?
yeah, it's this third complaint I've seen today that not being up on Google Play. I have tried. They have not assisted us. Better than Overcast, but Overcast is fine too. I'm just saying, you might be missing out on a bunch of fun shows just by using Google Play. I don't know this, and they don't pay me enough to say otherwise. They don't pay me anything.
Have we?
Punch the back.
People can still hear you.
Stitcher's okay to talk about, right? It's a mess, right?
Doing?
I don't know.
You're
I
on
wanna talk
camera
about
and
it.
microphone.
I
Yeah, Stitcher's fine. Stitcher's. We're
I
all
like
over
that
Stitcher.
they did that thing with Earwolf, and I'm excited. I'm gonna get Stitcher Premium. I'm excited. I just wasn't sure of our situation because we had a problem with them.
I gotta get back to that.
Um,
With all the dying, I'm assuming Dave is playing.
Yay!
Dorito Killer.
I'm playing for speed, not for any other
Well, I
reason.
wanted to see the end. I was never able to beat this fucking
Dave
game.
is a tantric.
And I was never able to
Come on.
buy this game. I was only able to rent this on like sleepover birthdays. My parents didn't like my love for Nightmare on Elm Street, did not support it. I got none of the cool merchandise.
My parents didn't like me. Oh, Pasta Bird says Freddy and Chucky have a quip off. Guess what, Pasta Bird? You're gonna really enjoy this week's Laser Time.
Yeah.
Or next week's. I forget what we decided.
I'd say every week's. I
Yeah,
listen to podcasts
every
while
week.
working. Yeah, dead entry, but you guys are keeping me company in the Japanese trains. What up? Where the
Yay!
Nintendo?
God, I'm so jealous.
Say hello to the Yamanoshi line. I'm assuming that's real. This wolf is unkillable.
I'll be the judge of that. Look at that.
So also, not a Nightmare on Elm Street series, Wolves.
This is very much like a Bowser dungeon. I keep expecting like a Freddy fireball to come at me.
Actually, one of my favorite moments in the Nightmare series, Freddy is awoken by a dog who pisses fire.
Oh, cool.
That dog's name that nobody liked
So now this is Freddy that just wants a fist bump.
was Jason.
John Wheelgo says he still uses Zune.
You kidding? You gotta move on, man. You gotta move on.
I had a Zune and I returned it and bought an iPod. I got a Zune like the day they came out and was so excited to have one because of the bigger screen, and then I ended up just returning it and getting an iPod.
I'm not even making fun of you. We cannot submit to Zune. We cannot control the show getting there. You gotta stop it. You gotta put a stop to it right
because
now.
they just shut down submissions, or
I don't
because
know.
it's just hard?
I don't know that at all. I just assumed. I thought I heard the marketplace
Once Henry
was
stopped
closing.
using it, they were like, "We're not going to work with you anymore."
If you ever do a Halloween series, you need to treat Halloween 6 theatrical and producer's cut like two separate entities, drastically different to special cases.
I've heard that
Man,
too. I've never seen it.
There are too many movies I want to watch right now. Oh, let me see what that is.
I don't know if it's actually.
Hold it down. Check the comments.
Sounded like it might have been a wrong door.
No.
Booty booty. I played so many boss battles just training for this that like every time I hear this song I'm just like booty booty, booty booty, booty booty. Plus like this fucking boss is just insane.
This reminds me, I just started playing Cuphead last night finally, and that game's really hard.
Yeah.
I discovered.
Like every time, like every day or so, I find a new boss where I'm like, this is the hardest one in the game, right? Like
Yeah.
the roller coaster boss. I was like, this guy, he's the hardest.
I beat the first boss without dying, and then the second boss I died like 3 times and just turned it off. I was like, it's too late to worry about this.
Hey, you're still here.
Special Cases says they only recently released producer's cut of 6 officially on the box set of the films.
I know. The one from last year or a year or two ago.
So I think I get close enough to this guy for him to hit me, but if he hits me, I can't hit him back immediately. So that's why this one fucking sucks. He's also like a DVD menu thing where it's like, I don't know where he's gonna bounce next.
Yeah. Yeah, it really looks erratic.
There's like no pattern to this at all.
Yeah, so I gotta just like...
Although it's...
Actually, I see, like, where you were just standing.
It telegraphs it enough, though.
Oh,
I feel like you can tell where he's going to go once he bounces off of...
No, I don't think
No?
I can. Yeah, I was just trying to do that.
Fucker.
This also reminds me, I've been playing Mega Man X.
Oh, no, great.
Kind of reminds
Whoa!
me of...
You see that fucking Superman punch?
reminds me of Chill Penguin.
One thing I love about this game is when you get the coin, look at all these 2000s. Boom!
Yeah.
I dropped my key.
Are those separate 2000s, or is it
know.
one 2000?
I haven't actually not been keeping track.
This is the new Ride That Donkey
Yeah.
from the Simpsons
Like
Game
the
Boy
Donkey
game.
Donkey.
Booty booty. Booty booty.
Let's roll diarrhea.
Booty booty. Booty booty. I like to treat the outside like an endless runner, dude. Like, I'm just gonna keep going, man.
Like the
It
Chucky
can't.
Endless Runner?
And of course, Frankenstein. You remember? Freddy Krueger's best friend.
We're going to talk about Frankenstein on the new Laser Time.
Bro, like a hot second. I don't want to scare the kids off.
You know, there's another one that hasn't come up yet.
Can I get a sample of this beat in my SoundCloud sad rap about how my dad doesn't love me?
Go to Elm Street High.
Bye, Spruce Grove. So they
The
got a scram.
cemetery
Dog.
is next.
So many Frankensteins.
Which, yeah, that's the most out of place thing. Come on.
Man, that was MLG as shit.
Oh. I go here.
I like how they just poof.
I feel like it keeps executing a countdown timer, but that is something else entirely. Freddy seems to be using quite a bit of public domain monsters here, says John Wheelgoes.
Worth and Tennis says Cuphead sounds like the name of a horror film villain. Have you noticed? Do you follow Paul F. Tompkins on Twitter? He's been calling people Cuphead.
Oh, really?
He says like he's like, go check this out, you Cupheads, because he's been playing Cuphead.
Goddamn Cuphead.
I love how much he loves video games.
Junk.
There's a blue angel flying over us right now.
Yeah, I hope you guys can hear that. It's fucking Fleet Week, so...
Look at this.
Man, it's been a wonderful time to edit sound.
Riding on cars.
Whoa, 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 you're being dripped on, dude.
Black Prices, I just looked on Google Play and the podcast is there.
Look at these shitty cars. This is the
says
company that made
pending
RC
approval.
Pro-Am, and those are cars. Oh.
Thank you, Black Pariah. Hey, maybe send me a link. I can't see it. And I'm in their interface right now. How long does Fleet Week go on? Ironically, a weekend.
A fortnight.
Oh, look at that. You just got a cup of coffee.
Yeah, it's supposed to keep me awake for longer, but it doesn't really matter.
So we never pointed that out, that little ZZZ meter
Oh, is that
over
what
there.
that is?
Yeah, that's
It's,
the...
oh, I've never seen it less than 3 Z's.
It's counting down to the... I mean, what the fuck? This is clearly the goddamn dream world.
Oh, that's a good VGA top 5. Top 5 games where you can fall asleep.
Are the bones just points?
No, you have to collect all of them in a stage. To
you can. I just discovered you can pass out in Stardew Valley. If you work too hard, he falls asleep in his front yard, and people steal things out of your pockets.
That sucks. I thought this was like a nice farm community.
Chris, how many sailors do you plan to bang this Fleet Week? Over under, I have to say, is 5.
Chris has been going around asking people where you can find some sailors, asking people if they speak Chinese.
Went and bought a fresh set of lambskins.
Driving forklifts around.
I keep falling.
Oh, yeah. Bats hurling rocks, a staple of the Nightmare on Elm Street series. But this is the junkyard sequence where Freddy's body was originally buried.
This is where they killed the dad from the first one, right?
Batty,
they job out John
Freddy
Saxon.
loves bats. He's always calling people bats.
Yeah.
Says, welcome to prime time, bats.
Welcome to prime time, Billy Bats. It was a reference to the dearly departed Filiatardo. Frank Vincent, that's his name.
What?
Frank Vincent.
Who's that?
Billy Bats. Filiatardo in The Sopranos. Billy Bats in Goodfellas.
I always mix that up
One
with Billy Barty.
Billy Barty of Willow?
And wasn't he in UHF?
No, I don't. Oh, yes, he was. He's like the fucking cameraman.
Yeah.
Oh, Zapfied, you're spoiling the show. You must be a patron.
Oh, this is what I love.
Patreon.com/laser.
There is one bone. So, guys, we got to look out for this one bone that I missed somehow.
You need all the bones to...
all the
Jesus
bones.
Christ.
That's why I knew there was...
And they like blend in with the environment a lot of the time.
I remember there was something about this game. Specific criteria you have to fulfill. But Nightmare 4, man, it is the perfect 80s movie. It's really good. That episode's about to go live. ElmStreetNightmare.com.
Yeah, and if you're watching this and in the chat and you see me bypass a bone, don't hesitate to
and then
yell.
2 minutes later, he'll see it.
Yeah, but at least I'll know where it is.
Did you know that Billy Connolly had a 1-season TJF show?
No.
It was a spin-off of Head of the Class.
Wasn't he the teacher in Head of the Class?
He was on 1 season of Head of the... I think the 5th season of Head of the Class.
Oh, wait.
And he got a spin-off. Was he on more seasons?
No, but I thought when I took over for
that
guy.
He becomes the teacher.
But does the other guy take it back or something?
I don't know. I never watched Head of the Class.
Yeah.
But he had a TJF show that got canceled. It was a spin-off. He played the same character where he moves to Berkeley, California.
Skeletons are made
to be a college professor.
I can't believe I'm in Berkeley.
And he almost gets deported. He loses his green card and he has to get into a sham marriage. And it's a show about him having a sham marriage to keep his green card.
Is this
and dodging
They should call it Shamrock marriage.
Demon or like
even though that's Scottish and not Irish.
I wish I had thought of that. Now I gotta
no.
Oh yeah, that's actually racist.
There
it is.
That one's in
found
plain
the
sight.
bone.
There's that little wrench.
There you are.
Dorito Killer says,
Now I
yeah,
gotta
if
go
Dave
all
makes
the
a
way
boner,
back.
tell him.
Fuck this, I'm just like steamrolling.
So you should be
Out
doing
of my
all the
way.
time.
Stupid Minotaur. Stupid rocks that break weirdly.
What is that a reference to, John Wilgos? He says, how much for one bone? Yeah, you heard me. One lousy bone. Is that a reference to Chris Rock? From,
no, I think that's The Simpsons. How much for one grape? That's right.
Oh.
One measly grape.
how much for one wing? Good lord, that's a lot of money. It's his catchphrase, not mine. I feel like I made it my own.
That scene is hilarious.
Oh, I'm losing my voice, people. Bone Bypass is the name of Tom Waits' Undertale mashup. This is newly salad. I can only choose to believe you. Dave, you'll find it in the Bone Zone. You got it already, Aegis TV. But I fucking
pretty cool.
hate games like this.
I hate video games.
I don't hate video games,
say it.
but when you get to the very end of it and like, she didn't pick up something, like, it's a miracle I'm here.
Get out of here, bats.
I paid $50
here's
for
a
this game.
one song that's actually familiar. For better lock the door.
Oh, cool.
5, 6.
Does it play that every time you get to a boss?
No. Now we're back to the booty song. Booty booty.
Booty, booty.
Booty, booty. Yes,
Booty,
Bad
booty.
Freddy. Who could forget?
Does that ever happen? No.
Bat Boy. Trump
I know.
supporter.
Yeah, that looks more like Batboy. I miss Batboy.
Oh, Bat Boy.
Weekly World News is
Bat Boys.
mascot. I hate this
my
thing.
long-running dream is to buy the website bone.zone.
Someone told me that Weekly World News is now like a Trump-supporting thing, and I was like, I understand National Enquirer because who cares about National Enquirer, but Weekly World News is always like the most weirdest, like out of control
Bat Boy
stories.
people, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ron, it's the governor of Florida. Holy shit! A Charlie Scott reference. I get that one. He is a nightmarish-looking individual.
Oh, Zaphod's asking about the dog that pees fire you were talking about earlier. He said, with all these car wrecks, when does the dog that pee fire shows up?
Part 4.
Nosfredto, says Ivan Rockwell.
I did a bunch of research on that today for some reason. I was trying to find the most profitable horror movie of all time. I knew what it was. I think it is The Exorcist, if you count the director's cut.
It's not Blair Witch, because it cost $5 to make?
Sorry, the highest grossing.
Okay.
And it's definitely adjusted for inflation, The Exorcist. But I wanted to compare that to Nosferatu.
What about Scary Movie?
That not even close. Not even close.
No?
Everything about it is regrettable.
It got 7 sequels.
I mean, the other, like, not another teen movie. Oh wait, that wasn't. But you can only count like what, the 3 or 4 actual scary movies.
I'll count them ever more scary movies I want.
Scary
God
Movie
damn
3,
it.
underrated.
How many, like how many just regular scary movies did they do?
The highest grossing new one is now It, as of last weekend. Aha! Not adjusted for inflation.
I think the Wayans made 2 of them, and then the third one was the Zuckers, right? Don't the Zuckers come into it?
Yeah, the Zuckers.
Leslie Nielsen's
Abrams,
in it.
For like date movie and epic movie,
the third and fourth.
No, that's Seltzer and Friedberg. Yeah, which they totally ripped off that naming.
But
convention.
I want to see Nosferatu, but I think it's been public domain for so long you can't attribute any numbers to it. I got to see Nosferatu last year at the top of a hill in San Francisco, inside a Gothic cathedral with a live organist, and it was fucking horrifying. Ugh. Is that his health bar at the bottom?
It's right beneath the logo.
I love a game that keeps its logo on screen at all times.
Remind you what you're playing.
Yeah, real good optimization.
Also, look at the way it says A Nightmare.
A Nightmare.
It's one word. A Nightmare.
Sorry, we can't afford to make these pixels
on Elm Street.
Anime.
One more hitbox.
Which means like
but
4 more hits.
This is not approachable.
Yeah.
How many bosses do you have left?
Like, this game is impossible without game. 3, I think.
Jesus Christ! You've hit him so many times.
And like fighting that thing is like useless because it'll just keep spawning once I destroy one.
Stacy DePro says, so there's a new Laser Time podcast based on this movie series with Lizzie, a Plan 9 from Outer Space Nightmare.
I don't get it.
I guess because he looks like
Plan 9 from Outer
Nosferatu.
Space. 2000.
Oh, that's.
Watch that bat.
God, that movie's fun. And you know you need to go back now. How do you know, Dave?
Yeah, Pasta Bird says it's like those movie TV spots that have the movie constantly on the top and bottom of the screen so you can still see it when you fast forward through it.
Now we're at the cemetery.
Is that good?
Yeah.
It's a good thing we're at the cemetery.
Why is there a lake under the cemetery? That seems really poor to...
Oh yeah, they're going to slip into there eventually. Newly Salad says, no, it's just Nightmare. A Nightmare is my father. A Nightmare lives in Florida.
I mean, I've just taken to saying it out loud as Nightmare. I can't say the A
flying
part.
sperms.
Yeah, those points numbers are the same as Battletoads, says Pasta Bird.
Look at the sperms in that.
Rare does a lot of recycling, I've noticed.
This is
you made a billion games.
Coffee.
Oh, can I jump on the bubble?
I think you need it for oxygen.
What? That makes no sense.
Except that a Nightmare on Elm Street podcast.
You gotta jump off it real fast.
Yeah.
Oh, getting bad. Now it gets real good. Oh, too bad. So sad. Is that what they do? I never figured that out.
Frankenstein jumped to my head.
Possibird says those point numbers are the same as Battletoads.
Yes.
Battletoads. Oh, I wonder if you jump on top and just keep hopping, if it'll keep going up.
The bubble you saying is a warp zone? Are you confirming a warp zone?
What?
Nightmare on Elm Street on NES?
19 Minifire says, oh, is this the podcast about Cube and Cube 2 Hypercube? I love that naming convention.
We did do a commentary for Cube on. You can find that at patreon.com/lasertime
but
or
Cube 2 Hypercube.
lasertime.bandcamp.com. Yeah, Cube 2 Hypercube is the worst thing ever.
Cube is great though.
I love Cube. You got to go down there and face Frankenstein.
Black Pariah says they found the podcast on the mobile app and desktop. Don't know why people can't see it.
I mean, it would have just
Google.
gotten approved. It was not there earlier.
Yeah, try just keep popping up.
And it's not like Google or YouTube are very good about notifying you when something's up or down.
No, they just demonetize a bunch of your videos and they'll tell you why.
That's annoying.
Way to go, Dave.
I'm sure you've seen other YouTubers complaining about that, but it's finally hit us.
Big Wolf.
Here it is, Peeing Dog.
Big Wolf on campus. On Fox Family.
Is Cube 3 cubed? It is cubed. I hope Cube 3 is what is the name of Ice Cube's grandson.
Wait, is Ice Cube? Was his son Cube Jr.?
I mean,
he played him in a movie.
He's
so.
stupid if it wasn't.
JCD Pro says the Cube sequel.
Now it's Freddy the Ghost.
You know,
that is just what the
give
fuck
Freddy
is
Krueger
that?
some more fucking credit. I'm gonna really scare this person in their dream. I'll put a sheet over my head.
He would totally do this in a movie, though.
Really frighten that
bitch. You'd see a regular Charlie Brown ghost with 2 eye holes cut in, and then it would turn into Freddy's face.
Sheet does work.
Rock, bitch.
Sheet does work well for like a punt, like eat sheet, bitch.
Oh, my heart is in my throat. Ice Cubert, Zorak Iverson. I said it right this time.
Right.
This Freddy KKK look doesn't age well, says John Wheelgood. It was a different time. It's a different time. Clan member was in charge of New Line Cinema.
He is a wizard.
Oh god. I don't think you've hit him in like 2 minutes. But I see what your strat is here. Like it is almost pointless to hit
those.
Yeah.
Possible says
and Kickle Cubicles. It's possible. Sorry, right. I just ripped that quip right from you.
It's okay.
Okay.
Ivan Rockwell says it looks like a Ferengi with a sheet on his head.
Oh yeah, man. Now I've got a different tune in my head. Doody poo poo. Doody poo poo.
Doo-doo butt. Doo-doo butt.
Freddy. Freddy. Really, any 2-syllable word works great here.
Prime laundry time, bitch.
Like, let's see. Wiener.
Jesus Christ, this game.
Jesus.
And
Someone has
he's
to
just getting
abuse
faster. I think you're just gonna. I can't even tell.
I gotta stop getting distracted by those other ghosts, and just like.
Where do you even find enough purple bricks to make a castle in a junkyard? I mean, let's get real here, says Dorito Killer.
It's an ancient junkyard.
This is so dumb.
You're not gonna like in like 2 stages. You got to do a boss rush.
Are you kidding?
Yeah.
Oh my God!
Why did we
Endurance run. See how long my voice holds out.
And it just seems long. Like we've only been at this for 30 minutes.
Yeah!
I
Key
totally
party. We're having a key.
I thought we were over an hour.
It's only been 30 minutes. Oh,
it's been 38 minutes. Yes, we played Star Wars, which you guys can watch on our YouTube channel soon. Disney's gonna demonetize it. Don't worry. Look at that chocolate bar. So you gotta go around and jump off of that ledge to grab that.
What does it even do? What does the yin and the yang do, people?
It's balance.
Watch out for the acid rain. It was a real big
I
problem.
think they're supposed to make you faster or something. See, half the time I see these pillars, I thought I'm not supposed to be. I'm not able to walk past them.
I know about acid rain because Emilio Estevez told me that it was bad.
Ow. Ah, fucker.
I got a rock, bitch. I thought I said that already, John Wilkes. Somebody ban him. If there's one weakness all ghosts have, it's being punched, says Columbotron. Oh no!
Zorak Iverson says the yin yang make you get low.
Oh!
Is that? I mean, it could be. I mean, you might be able to duck more or something. I don't know.
I was gonna see which person would reveal themselves as the whitest in the room. Turns out it was Dave. Can you jump on the top of those spikes? Use them as a means of conveyance?
Twitter Killer wants VGA to do a top 5 dripping things in games.
That hurts you.
Oh.
Oh,
that Frankenstein took 3 hits.
Nope. You can't jump on top of him, confirmed.
Audio clips include bleep and bloop. I thought there is a boss rush at the end of this. Yeah. Man, I thought this would be some crazy ending. I thought this would make all the lore make sense.
That 4-player icon in front of Freddy on the box, is that a recurring thing? Is that on other boxes?
That is a very sad... yeah, it worked with
like
football game and anticipation.
But it's always that same icon?
It is, sadly.
So it must have been on, what, like 4 games?
That is the biggest peripheral logo I think I've seen in a while. Those look less like spikes and more like floating GPUs. Because I know, I want to fucking... I want to solder that shit so bad.
So as we get further and further into the life of video games, backs of boxes are filled with more and more legal bullcrap to the point that it's like almost the whole thing. And I was like, oh man, I bet old game boxes have such cool more stuff on the back. And then I finally got a boxed NES game, which is Bubble Bobble, and it does not. It's got like 4 words and like 4 tiny screenshots. It's got like the same amount of things on it as like Breath of the Wild does.
I mean, it makes me feel really old. I got DuckTales right behind me. And if you look at the back of the box...
Hearing that you just got an NES game box makes me feel
this was like 8 years ago, 7 years ago. I just sold it though.
I've had to recapture all mine. Like on all the Capcom games, it just makes me feel so old because every screenshot on the back is clearly some poor asshole holding a camera at a television
just a photograph
and trying to crop it as best they can to hide all the scanning issues.
But it always looks warped. You can always see the turns on the edge.
I always seem to notice the most with Capcom games for some reason.
That's probably because they had no help from Japan.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's why a lot of
Ladies
box
and gentlemen,
art,
Red Skeleton.
like a lot of like box art and art in instruction books and stuff was different in America, just because they didn't want to pay to ship the art for them to rescan it, because you couldn't digitally send it.
What's supposed to happen here?
I think I.
Did you try jumping to the right?
There's nothing there.
Did you try murdering a skeleton?
Oh, this music's
now
nice.
It's done.
You can't jump up to the right there?
Hold up,
No.
stupid.
Look at this! I'm in the logo.
Whoa!
Oh,
Is this the final boss?
No, this just happens if you dawdle too long.
God damn it.
Are you kidding? So this is the first time we've seen an actual Freddy Krueger 30 minutes into the goddamn game?
No, when we see it in his head,
We've seen his body parts.
But this is real Freddy, though.
You fight his ding dong?
I feel like I beat this before.
CC Pro says, weird that this game made the SNES Classic.
Especially since it's an NES.
Man, there are 1,000 licensed tie-ups in this, goddammit.
Mario All-Stars should have been on the SNES Classic.
A Nintendo game of a new line property of a Microsoft developer.
We're fighting Freddy, but Freddy's hands are also emerging from the ground. I feel like
he can do that. He's magic.
Freddy can either be Freddy or he can manifest himself into something else.
He can do both.
But he can't be both, can he?
You can see him and have other stuff show up. Because sometimes he has like a bunch of hands.
But it'd be weird if it was like Freddy is in one side of the scene and then it's like a Freddy race car next to him. It's like, no, you
Freddy race car.
I don't know. Just imagining that as like a deleted scene that I missed.
I sleep in a race car body.
That is such a great example of a dumb Freddy thing. Freddy race car.
Weird that this game made the SNES Classic.
I know you like racing, so I'm gonna be a race car when I kill you. Isn't that nice?
So you need to leave here?
There's usually just like one wide open spot that like that you step into, and it's the boss battle. Usually it's at the end, but
do we need to look on GameFAQs?
Let's see. If I make to the other end, we'll look it up.
Dorito Killer says not to Google Freddy Krueger hentai.
Fuck it, I'm doing it.
Do it.
I've already done it.
Do it on the computer so we can see it.
No, we'll get our video unmonetized.
Let's see.
It's gonna happen.
House.
Because you're murdering
junkyard, people. Cemetery. Freddy's house. Here we go. Oh, okay.
Whoa.
Let's see it now.
Dave's using cheats.
Hentai. I hope I spelled that right. Images, galleries. Oh, hello.
That was pretty good.
Yeah, that was not worth doing. Oh my god, I did not want to see that. All right, you're right.
Oh, one of those you have to give to Patreon to see the rest of.
Indeed. There you go. You have some too.
Nice. Oh, that's that Image Comics character, or maybe it's another. What's her name? I can't remember.
I mean, you just made like 8
It's
references.
not Ghost,
I don't get.
is it? What is her name?
What's happening?
I gotta go back to the end of there.
So when is the part where you ride a bike only for Freddy to turn to the bike and basically rape you with Nintendo? It's part 5. But you can see the better version on YouTube right now.
The better version.
That's not the one. Is that the one that they took out, or?
Yeah. Well, they just all of 5 is neutered.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but it's
because he was a kid star by that point.
No,
I mean when it came out, like they took stuff out of the movie. Like I remember the bike where what was it, like his veins turned into a bike or something.
It's pretty. Did
you see that?
Beautiful.
I just jumped slightly wrong, so it didn't take me up. That bullshit.
But you got this haunting theme. This is all worth it.
Hey bitch! Hey bitch!
This game's bad.
I like that.
Hey bitch! Hey bitch!
Lady Death. Yes, Pasta Bird. That's the character I was trying to think of.
How did he know what we were talking about?
I probably Googled it. I think she a Top Cow character.
Whoa, look at that.
Talking to the wrong guy.
Let me look it up.
You need 6 bones, David.
I love this little RC Pro-Am jingle.
Boop, boop, boop.
I'm trapped on the
Elm Street Nightmare,
logo.
people.
Ooh, that's good timing now.
Coffin Comics.
Clever.
She first appeared in Evil Ernie #1.
What?
I'm evil. Bird, if you don't put the lotion in the basket, you're gonna die by my hand.
All right, my blue apron's on the way.
Yeah. Punching flies. Another Nightmare staple. Speed
Nope.
boost.
That ain't it.
It's not an invisible column. Lady Death's associated with like 5 companies.
Yeah,
That's
maybe it
not
was
Thanos'
originally-
girlfriend.
No, that's just Death, who's also a lady.
What's an Elm Street Nightmare? Never heard of it. Well, that's fascinating, U.S. Word Nintendo. It's a new podcast from the Leisure Time Network. Limited series out every Tuesday, wherever you get your podcast.
Your messed up voice really works for that
It's
voice.
really good now. Bonnie. Oh, I can't even do it.
Bonnie.
Woohoo!
Whoa, look, that's like a
Careful, Michael Jackson.
Wow, this one's tough. This one's bad. Oh,
Missing
maybe that one doesn't
Cuphead.
die.
Flies
That
need to
looks-
make a comeback against video game enemies.
I think that's more of a Michael Jackson zombie than a Frankenstein.
Oof.
Look at him; he's totally dressed
Yeah.
Here in a legal
Thriller.
gray area.
like. You actually fight Thriller Michael Jackson in Wanpaku Graffiti for the Famicom.
Oh, he's gonna start you on the top. Okay, thank goodness. Yeah,
It's weird.
Oh,
that was Bone.
Bone's a good comic book.
Stop it. He'll need further plastic surgery, says John Wilkes. I don't know what that's in reference to.
Michael Jackson.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Jacko, as they called him in the tabloids.
Jacko
yeah.
and Wacko.
Jacko is wacko.
Oh my god, Aryan spider heads. Like, if the hit detection was better and the enemies better layer out, this would have been a good game.
Yeah,
nah, I
then
think
you're
this
just
is...
talking about Castlevania.
I mean, compared to the NES Jason game, this is like Super Mario 64.
You know,
You don't
better.
think the NES Jason game... The new Friday the 13th game feels a lot like the NES version.
This doesn't feel authentic at all. But
Yeah.
I mean, the sleeping thing, kind of, but not really.
Yeah, but it's kind of... But it still has the same philosophy that you're a group of kids and you
Yeah.
can run across one another. Wait,
I was thinking for a while, like, oh, it would be great if they did a Nightmare on Elm Street game just like the Friday the 13th game, but then I thought, like, oh yeah, you can't be creative with deaths with Freddy the way a game would want.
oh yeah,
That's like-
that would take a dickload of
Yeah.
development.
When this game was being developed, they originally wanted to make you play as Freddy, because, like, of course
Yes.
you would want to, but it's like, how? How can you make that, like...
Who is he fighting?
Yeah.
Procedurally developed deaths that
I
evolve
eat
every time
children
you
at the
play
end
it.
of every level.
I can either turn into a car or a fridge or TV.
Here's your little Q&A at the end. A drop-down
That's
box.
a chef. Maybe I should do an article about
A
Freddy
pepperoni
Krueger
pizza, that's
disguises.
me now. I need to go back and watch the Scary Terry episode of Rick and Morty.
Oh,
Because it was so early that
bitch.
I wasn't paying attention that same level. Like, that first season, like, kind of caught you by surprise a little bit.
John Wheelgood says, my cousin had the NES Jason game. I tried it for so long until I realized the fault was not within myself, but within the crap design.
See, why? How come I can't go past that point? It makes no sense.
Because they need you to go back. Stacey DePro says, nah, it's the one where he talks about the many cuts of Blade Runner. What's that in reference to? Oh, is that the... Because 19 Minute Fire
Get
asked
outta here, Bass.
if that's the podcast where you talk about Simpsons episodes chronologically.
Which one?
No,
we're not doing that
anymore. Nightmare. Oh, you're canceling Talking Simpsons? You're announcing
An
it right
Evergreen
now?
Terrace Nightmare.
It's not up to me to cancel. Just kick off.
Yeah, Worth Nintendo. That'd be cool if somebody just remade all these crappy licensed NES games and just made them better.
Here we
That
go.
would be astonishing.
Booty booty. Booty booty.
Like the
Booty.
just do all
Booty,
LJN
booty.
games, remake
Booty,
X-Men
booty.
and Top
Oh,
Gun.
here we go. At least they're together.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
that's better than a regular boss rush.
This is fucking Cuphead in a nutshell right here.
Except Cuphead doesn't fucking recycle a bot. Well, maybe they do later on, but so far they haven't.
Cuphead's elitist because it's too hard.
It is. It's exclusionary. It also doesn't do anything to cater to animation films born after 1930. My God. So, please tell me they share that health bar. So maybe that means you can focus on
Fist bump.
taking out. Yeah, take out the slow one.
I also saw somebody say Cuphead was racist, but I don't know what it was in reference
if it's
to,
authentic.
or if it was just a joke. Yeah, I mean, it's got to be.
A 1930s cartoon with that little racism in there.
But they also haven't had any smoking yet, which is like, that should be in there.
Oh, yeah.
Like, the gruff pig that owns a shop doesn't smoke, and he has an eye patch?
He's have like a giant cigar.
It is weird, but that's like an instant T rating, isn't it?
Yeah.
What's it rated?
Cuphead is not as hard as everyone's making out to be, but it is
rated E?
challenging. I think the game's fucking great.
Yeah, it's really good. TG Diva says, so these are worse than the flying skulls in Legend of Zelda 2.
These are like worse than the fucking Medusa heads from Castlevania.
I don't know. I can't answer for Brett Newly Salad. I disagree with Brett about Blade Runner being worse than the book. Even Philip K. Dick thought the work print version, the movie, was better than the book.
That book is so dry. Like, it's a good book,
God
but
damn
it's
it.
just such a dry read.
There we go. Superman punches your Roman Reigns. Cock your wrist.
Bitch, bitch. Bitch, bitch. Bitch, bitch. Bitch, bitch. It's ooh, ah.
Yeah.
God, how could you possibly do this?
I don't know.
Yeah.
You gotta be MLG as hell.
I don't know. There's not even much of a discernible pattern.
TG Diva says they should make a Neuromancer movie where they are making a Snow Crash series on, I think, Amazon right now. Or is it HBO?
Probably never watched that.
What? Snow Crash is great.
Yeah, but most Amazon programs are not.
Red Oaks is really good. Have you watched that?
I'm a Bosch fan or nothing
great.
else. It's all about Bosch.
Worth Nintendo says, was there ever a Hellraiser game?
There might have been for PC, but like Clive Barker.
Yeah, but there's like a point-and-click adventure of that.
Oh,
Well,
there's like
Clive
I'm stuck in
Barker
a little
was
pattern. It was good.
receptive to the games medium well before most other
Yeah,
other creators. So he made
Comic
games.
books, too.
I have no mouth and I must scream. Isn't
he was
that
like a
him?
real dork. What was it?
Yeah, I think Clive Barker like worked on several exclusive video game IPs.
Yes, Night Dude Made a Fire. Alex Jones is in A Scanner Darkly.
Yeah.
Because he lived in Texas at the time they made it.
I mean,
Wait, for real?
they needed like
Yeah, totally.
they needed like a crackpot guy to be
he's like a crazy
the
screaming
crazy
guy.
preacher, and
Has
it's
he
like
been around that long?
good at his job.
Well, he was like local radio at the time, so
Oh shit.
so what's his name, the director?
Linklater.
So Linklater like knew who he was.
I'm
he's
watching
from
Black
Texas.
Mariah's head get blown. Alex Jones in a Linklater?
I've been
Cats and
watching a
dogs living
shitload of
together.
Linklater movies lately. I watched Boyhood, I watched the Before trilogy, and I watched Everybody Wants Some all within like a week.
So those are columns you can walk through.
yeah.
Yeah.
Can't tell if those are Frankensteins or sleepwalking police officers. This is a bad idea.
Well,
Yes,
we're
John
almost there.
goes. I never finished reading Snow Crash, but I loved what I read of it.
I didn't read Snow Crash because I lived
How
it.
the hell do I do this one? Am I supposed to go back
What?
down there? That seems like a long
You
jump.
lived in an MMO.
Yeah.
Wow.
And people who are annoyed by Reddit Player 1 should check out Snow Crash.
Okay, guys, I should probably.
Ah.
Okay, see, even people are backing out of the stream.
Hey, come on, we're so close to the end now.
We're this close.
So jealous, Worth Nintendo. I want to eat Japanese food. Actually, I might be getting Japanese food tonight.
Don't even talk about food without hungry. Ah, yeah.
Bye, Worth Nintendo.
Um,
We love you too.
can you not? I'm guessing you can't drop down from the ledge.
No.
No, it's way over.
Can
I
you
mean, maybe
double
can,
jump
but
off Frankenstein and then parkour to the bone?
Joe Mogo says maybe Alex Jones just never broke character
There
after
it is.
filming, like James Woods in White House Down.
Ooh.
Get out of here. Okay.
Do you need like a speed boost?
Yeah, I might maybe try to get the yin yang thing. See, oh, good.
I recently rewatched, for some reason, the Family Guy Simpsons crossover,
Mm-hmm.
and both James Woodses meet each other in that. It's pretty funny. It's a fun little moment.
Forgot all about
These are like one episode of The Simpsons.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. I'm
But
gonna
it's
go
that's
around.
I mean that's the joke, is he's like oh, so you lived in Springfield, and then the Springfield James Woods says something like, yeah, I was shooting a movie here.
Maybe
I think he
go
even says I
around.
worked at the Quickie Mart.
Can I can't drop down.
Maybe you can. Maybe those are bookcases you can stand on.
TG Diva
Yeah, I tricked you.
is gonna buy the MP3 of Snow Crash. I bet that's read by someone cool. Ooh, that's a good idea. Maybe you can do it that way.
Is it?
You can't jump onto that bookshelf.
You're a little kid, and this game's already hard. How are you supposed to? You can't get.
You gotta get that bone.
Dave's not gonna be able to get any further without getting that bone.
No, Matty Allen. They did not meet at James Woods High. They met at a court case.
maybe this
they
will
were
change
suing
shit
each
up a
other
little
for some
Oh
reason.
yeah, I didn't think about that. Usually that's not the case, but you never know.
What? Newly Salad says, so it was Kismet that he played feta cheese Satan? What the hell is that?
Well, so
Give me
much
that
for
bone.
theory.
He's gonna grab that
Maybe
bone.
you can
like
drop
he grabbed
through the
Jason's mask.
platform. Whee!
You got it? It's got to be that somehow. You got to just angle it better, I guess. CCD Pro says,
Christ.
Parkour to the Bone, starring Dirk Diggler, as played by Mark Wahlberg.
All right. Well, I'm gonna put a bookmark in that bone.
All right, and I'll try and look up and see. If
A bone mark. Manny
Yeah,
C. Allen
this
says
is,
this game
Elm
can't
Street
be
High
harder than
School,
Goonies.
So
Goonies 2.
you need to look up a
Fuck.
particular map.
What the absolute fuck?
Oh, because he was Hades in Hercules.
Ah.
In one of the best voice performances of all time.
You're in the high school, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's lockers. Remember how you'd have lockers stacked up on top of each other and you'd have to climb on top of them to get to yours?
Yeah, they were all just interchangeable sprites.
Gigi Diva says Snow Crash is read by Jonathan Davis. I'm checking to see if it's the one from Korn. Maybe.
Cool.
I mean, I could imagine Korn would be big fans of Snow Crash. I can't think of the writer's name. Neuromancer Snow Crash. What's that guy's name? Yeah, Pasta
Ian
Bird.
Fleming.
It's not Ian Fleming, don't you know? Pasta Bird says probably the biggest name that comes back for Kingdom Hearts, too. James Woods. Probably. Bigger than Sean Astin taking over Hercules.
Or Lance Bass as Sephiroth.
Oh, yeah. Neil Stevenson. Freddy Krueger and just Freddy Krueger and John Wilgo's got it at the same time. Dorito Killer says this is more like a bone collector game than a Freddy game. Yeah, you're finding the parts of Sean Connery. The bone collector. RollingStone.com says TG Diva confirms that it is Korn's Jonathan Davis. That's cool.
That's who? That's what?
He reads the audiobook for Snow Crash.
I love crime.
That makes sense. I bet Korn are like huge.
Freddy's coming.
You screwed around too long,
Freddy's
Dave.
totally gonna come.
This is what happens when you screw around. You're always screwing
Dude,
around.
this is like a staple in LGN games. Like, you just randomly encounter the big bad.
Yeah. I think X-Men does this too, doesn't
Generally
it?
murders you.
Their X-Men game, they try to do something interesting with the overtop view, but it sucks.
It's Sax Bulls. I'm looking up some bone theory here. Bone. How to get that bone.
Oh, I didn't even notice that. Full Amish says that the Freddy logo and the Freddy's Coming blocks has a trademark logo next to it. No screwing around in shop class, says Pasta Bird. You're always screwing around. You don't you have to beat him? You just have to survive?
Yeah. He's like, I'm out of here. I don't like
damn it.
this.
My
this treatment.
my speech is actually off because my blood sugar's down. I thought I ate enough for breakfast and I'd be okay for the afternoon, and I was not.
I mean, shit.
I had a muffin. I had the top of a muffin and most of a bagel from MJ's Cafe, my cafe off of Market Street. That place is nice, and the people that run it are nice. That was my first time there. Good job, Dave.
Let's see the high school.
Drudico says, "Yeah, punch Freddy in the butt.
Yard
Punch him
getting
hard.
high.
We're gonna kick him in the butt, and then what? I'm gonna punch him. Where are you gonna punch him? In his butt. You gotta stay away from the butt. You're so close." God, can you imagine like getting restarts and doing this? Fuck this game. This map is not going to tell you how to get it. It just shows you where it is. We know where it is. Good death sound though. Yes, TG Diva, I ate a lot of carbs.
I think you might. Maybe you need to be in the dream world? I'm looking at somebody play it now, and he's waiting at that spot for the dream world to.
Ooh.
I am in the dream world though. So
Now.
what's the deal?
And now.
His looks different than ours. Whoa, he just jumped across.
All right,
He like, hovered.
Yeah. He,
Oh, wait,
peached.
weren't you supposed to get like a special power at some point?
yeah,
Your voice is going out.
But you were supposed to get special powers.
Oh, there you
Yay!
go, finally.
I just need to believe in myself.
The magic was inside you all
Oh,
along.
now I
dude.
gotta jump back. This is fucked.
Oh,
It's
wow.
almost no problem. Look at how nonchalant these skeletons are. They're just going about their day.
Whatever, you got away.
Yeah. That skeleton looks like he's doing a little disco dance. They look like they're in the Daft Punk video. Around the world. Prevent your own dream child. Columbotron19 says the first Nightmare on Elm Street film I saw was the 2010 remake. Seemed pretty good on its own merits.
Does he? He doesn't do anything fun, right? Like he doesn't kill anyone in a fun way.
He does like all the same kills from the first movie, pretty much. He comes out of the wall. He does the pull into the bed thing, but the coming out of the wall looks worse because it's CG.
Columbotron is the first Nightmare on Elm Street film I saw was a 2010 remake.
Just read that.
My bad.
I do like how he kills the mom from Friday Night Lights at the very end. That's pretty cool.
Friday Night Lights. Which mom?
The Mrs. Coach.
From Nashville. What's her name?
Yeah.
What the hell's her name?
Voice is going out live.
Guys, what's the mom from Friday Night Lights' name?
Gertrude.
Because Patton Oswalt has a funny joke about her.
I want to say Bonnie or
Bonnie Hunt.
Connie Britton.
Connie Britton.
I was close.
Connie Britton. So Patton Oswalt said a thing where he says Connie Britton is a MILF like Jimi Hendrix is a guitarist.
Yeah, like she's the best.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
And Pasta Bird got it, Connie Britton. Thank you, Pasta Bird. She's also a great actor. I love that she pops up in so many different weird things too. She's really funny too. When she's in comedy, she's good.
And I love that the finale of the show. Sorry, spoiler for Friday Night Lights is that like the coach gives up his job for her.
Mm-hmm.
Like
I still have never watched that show. I really want to.
So good.
I've heard it's amazing. I've read Southern Bastards. That's close enough. New issue of Southern Bastards just came out too. Finally, after like a year.
Oh, you made it further.
Black Pride says you never listen to anyone else talk.
Black Pride says Chris, you never listen to anyone else talk. Pretty good, right?
Yeah. I was hoping he would do that.
I don't know why I'm giving you my strength now, Dave. I want to see you succeed.
TG Diva says that they may have seen
nice graph.
Nightmare when they were stealing HBO.
You would remember.
There's the last boom.
I don't think I ever stole
that was
cable.
MLG as shit. I stole cable like by hand.
I did have an old cable
cable
box, you know, the like old, just like a black box on top of your TV.
What, that you rented or that you bought from a nefarious person?
I don't know, it was just in my room.
This is back in the day. I cannot believe this is how cable worked. Basically, Comcast sent cable to every home in the universe, and someone would come over and unblock it.
Oh yeah.
But if you took,
you figured out ways to
I cut the connector and I bought a thing from Radio Shack and like, oh shit, here's the cable box was for additional stuff. That stuff you couldn't go through, but regular HBO went through fine.
We definitely, at some point, we did have something like that. I remember my dad talking about it.
It wasn't even like a special part. Like if you were wanted to plug in two like an NES and a Genesis, it was the same part to do that. But you just put it on the outside of your house.
I never didn't have cable. I personally
didn't.
In my room when I was born, I had cable. I had Showtime and HBO, and Cinemax.
I almost explicitly remember.
What do I do here?
And we were not rich. We were poor, and I still always had cable. So we probably did steal it.
I almost explicitly remember like my dad's like, we just got cable. I'm like, what's cable? And I just look at the TV and it's noon and Bugs Bunny is on. I'm like, what the. What the
it's
fuck?
The middle of the
it's
day.
Not Saturday. It's the middle of the day. This is crazy.
We were also right on the tip of digital cable too. We had that right when that became a deal.
Jesus Christ.
I loved getting on demand was such a definitive change in my life. Getting the anime channel on demand was amazing.
It was an anime channel?
It was a channel called the Anime Channel. We didn't have the actual channel. It was just
welcome
on
to
demand.
WEEB.
Even though
we're playing all your favorite.
I did sign there. They had a petition where you could be like, try and get the Anime Channel in your area, but we still had it on demand. And G4 and the Anime Channel.
My parents had legally got cable for a while, couldn't afford it, and they canceled the account, but never blocked it properly or never cut the wire. So my dad just figured out how to unblock it. And John Wilkins says, yep, back then it was easier to control the channels on the end of the viewer than the feed itself. And,
TG Diva, I did watch Anime Saturday on Sci-Fi. That was how I first saw Akira. I remember turning on Akira. Maybe that was on Showtime. I remember turning on Akira right at the part where Tetsuo, falls down and all of his organs spill out of his stomach. And I was like, what the fuck is this? This isn't Pokemon. It just blew my mind immediately.
Oh, God!
Yeah, look at that. Freddy trademark. Stage Pro says, the Anime Channel, all Boku no Pico, all day long.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, Anime and Sci-Fi says Pasta Bird, Galaxy Express 39.
Oh my
Pasta Bird
God.
says, how did you ever leave your house? I did not.
We had a shitty over-the-air service that you had to pay for a cable box to watch. So what the fuck? What country is that in? Over-the-air service.
I remember the first
Satellite?
shows on the Anime Channel that I watched were Golden Boy, which they put up
Thank
3
you
episodes
for
at a time,
being
so
a
I had to
friend.
wait each week. Golden Boy, Excel Saga.
Who's your favorite Golden Boy? Mine's Rue McClanahan.
Have you seen the Clue Golden Girls Clue that just came out?
No.
It's funny because it's the Clue board, so like you know,
couch.
like Rue McClanahan and Betty White's rooms have like a secret tunnel that goes between them.
The best anime is The Simpsons. It qualifies as a Korean animation project.
Oh my god, who watched Excel Saga back in the day? Let me know. Oh, and the Burn Up series. So Burn Up XS, Burn Up W, and the original Burn Up.
Burn Up Paradise, really good.
Burn Up Paradise.
I liked it when they went open world.
Oh man.
You do? I hate it when they did that.
My parents had a satellite
Really?
when they bought their
That was a really
first
popular
house.
game.
Stormed outside day one, so they wound up watching fuzzy Disney Channel because nothing else would come in. This was one of those 10-foot dishes. I cannot believe. There's a really asshole right-wing dude on my Facebook feed who I still follow because he's sort of like my inspiration for this show and like how I know everything because he had the best satellite dish in the universe and he just tells us about all these things available around the world because all satellite dishes were to do was to basically steal channels out of the air, which at the time only cable companies could do.
Yeah, and people found like crazy shit that way because
it was nuts.
Like stations would they would be broadcasting and then they would turn on the broadcast.
And it was everything. It was
so people would find like White House broadcasts that were going on because they didn't know to turn it off at the right time.
Private streams of like brand new Hollywood films in the theaters.
That they're like sending to like other because they would like instead of mailing a VHS, they figured out we could just send it as a signal.
I remember going to a friend's beach house. They had one, and like we're just we could see it tilting, and it's just like, no, there's no cartoons. Japanese wrestling. We are now watching live Japanese wrestling over the air.
It's nighttime there.
What's happening, David?
I have to find the fucking secret exit here. Sorry.
TG Diva and Zorik Iverson also love Excel Saga. I always talk about eating my girlfriend's cat, and that's a reference.
Couldn't wait to see where that was going. The edge of my seat.
Also butthole. Newly Salad says, I just had British terrestrial TV whilst in a deep depression, so when I started habitually watching the Channel 5 baseball recap, I knew I hit rock bottom. GGB Sterling says, anime talk. Boy, did I tune in at a bad time.
So, let's never guess where Freddy's hiding.
Where?
In this one particular bit.
Jesus Christ! F this game
Booty,
in
booty.
the B.
Booty, booty, booty.
Boss Rush!
TG Diva says,
Boss.
nothing wrong with eating some kitty. There's money in the kitty.
Got cable in
Or
1991.
he's dipping into the kitty.
Says John Wheel goes after a family trip to Disney World. I was a junior in high school, and Matt J would have been 2.
Yep.
All the bosses. All the
Every
bosses.
bosses.
Is this
All
the
the
last?
bosses.
So once you beat this,
All the
you
bosses.
fight
Yep.
Freddy and beat the game?
All right, every
So-
time Dave
Jesus
dies,
Christ,
drink.
Finally, Dave.
Oh, you'd be legally dead by now.
What, Destructo? Isn't Excel Saga the game where you are constantly trying to figure out a VLOOKUP? A VLOOKUP? What is
That's Excel, Microsoft Excel. We never use that here.
TG Diva
It's
says
Google Sheets.
TG Diva says chain chomp, but it fists you.
I'm not buying it. This is a snake
Oh.
rattle and roll tail. This is from Rare.
Much like actual fisting, this game requires patience above all else.
This guy kind of looks like a grown-up version of the men in what's that? Cobra Assault.
What?
Save the Men.
Oh,
Ah.
it is the same company.
Hey, here's the next one. Booty, 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 booty.
Columbotron
That's
says,
so lazy.
when I was 12, I tried to watch Jerry Springer uncensored in the fuzziest static channel ever. Those are my illegitimate cable memories. I remember my. Do you remember when they put out those on VHS tapes?
Oh
They
yeah,
were
like the
get
Too
them-
Hot for TV.
Yeah, I remember my family and some family friends renting it and being like, "Go upstairs, Matthew." Like I wasn't allowed to watch it with them.
Dude,
I had
there's
to go
some
upstairs.
nudity in there. I remember
Yeah.
that. I remember that because
Yeah.
in like
They were
late,
talking about it. I
in
could
the
hear
late
them talking
'90s.
about
I'm
it.
like, well, there's 2 seconds of nudity on this.
Chris, what's the name of that podcast? A Child's Play? A Friday the 13th? No, you're talking about an Elm Street Nightmare.
Joe.
If we ever do a Child's Play podcast, which it's Lizzie wants to, maybe.
Child's Pod.
No. Feed of Chucky.
Oh, that's good. John Wiggles says, and here comes the scrotums. It's a black day for
Their
NES games.
tongues. But as we know,
Matty Sound says the Freddy head looks like Bonk. Bonk with a giant chin.
Yeah,
it does look like Bonk and Jack Nicholson had a baby.
Ooga boog.
When do you fight his feet? I feel like this is the third arm I've seen.
I've fought like 4 of his hands.
That's not a third arm.
This is the 3rd time I fought his head, and I bet it's coming up again, except more floaty.
Booty booty.
It's penis.
Feet of Chucky. Registering that URL right now, says Dorito Killer. I will sue you.
See, this one's
will
different
see.
because he doesn't have a chain. Actually, they're slightly easier without the chain, I think. Famous last
Wait,
words.
but his right hand doesn't have the thing. Oh, it's just a flip sprite,
It's a
so it's his
flip.
right hand and a left hand.
Which is not canonical, come on.
Nope.
Jerry Springer, thank you for helping me figure out my gender identity with only quality representation. TG Diva. Ooh, that was MLG as shit.
And now for my final thought.
I wish I was still mayor. I shouldn't have paid for a prostitute with a check.
I make a lot more money now.
Yeah, I guess he does.
Remember he got a movie?
He did get a movie.
Oh my god, yeah.
Was it What was it called?
Ringmaster or something?
Ringmaster.
Holy shit. It was like 99, 2000?
Yeah,
Maybe
this is like we did an episode about like people who only got one movie, but there's also like trends that got one movie.
Yeah.
Like the Jerky Boys got a movie.
That's God damn it! I said I wanted to do a show about this, and you're coming up with all the entries now.
Do you know that Mort Goldman on Family Guy is the guy from the Jerky Boys? I just learned that recently. I know it's the same voice.
Dude, yeah, that's the first time I heard him. Like, holy shit, that's that's Saul Rosenberg.
Is that guy Jewish?
He's got warts all over his ass and genitalia. I don't know.
Also, speaking of the Jerky Boys movie, I rented that movie 100 times.
Wow.
I watched that movie.
Which is ironic because it like never came out on DVD.
I do not remember
recently.
anything about it.
Dude, I went to see that in the theater.
Alan Arkin's in it.
I was like one of like 3 people in that movie.
In the theater. Dorito Killer says, "What's he doing today? Same show or did Jerry retire?" Yeah, he retired, right?
I don't know.
That show's not on.
I think there's some variation of that show occurring in Chicago right now.
Well, his
Bodyguard was so popular.
Yeah, his Bodyguard has a show.
Yeah.
Steve.
Yeah, Dr. Steve, is that Steve something?
No, Dr. Steve is the Steve-O show.
Steve Wilgos? Is that his name?
No.
Remember the Emerald TV show? Get this, he
Wow.
played a chef. Bam. Yeah, he knocked it up a notch, or kicked it up a notch.
But it was a sitcom.
I saw the movie sitting
He
next
had a
to my
sitcom?
mom.
Yeah.
I don't remember that at all.
Who did?
Emerald
Lagasse.
Oh yeah, bam.
19 minute fires to Dr. Steve Brule. Steve Wilkos. That's why I thought it might have been Wilgos. It's Wilkos. John Wilkos, you're poisoning my brain.
I know. I feel like this is a broadcasted form of ADD right now.
ADDD.
ADD. But you want to know the anachronistic thing about this game compared to the movies? Something we never see in Nightmare? Heaven. Ain't no
it's where
heaven.
they become angels. Like, he killed a lot of things.
You know who
Are they all bad?
You know who I think is unfairly maligned, even though he does some shitty stuff? Dr. Phil. Dr. Phil, when someone's shitty on his show, he will like rip into them, and I like that about him.
Now look.
He invites a shitty person on his show to be shitty.
No, like he'll have like he had one. There's one clip that went around I saw it a few weeks ago. I don't know how far it went around, but like it was like a shitty mom with her daughter, and the mom was like being more shitty, and the Dr. Phil was like, everybody, hang on for a second. You are a terrible mother. Like he just like yelled at her, and I was like, yeah, hell yeah, Dr. Phil.
That is.
I'm a mother now. Let me take over.
TG Diva says, did Springer get a movie before or after Springer? I think it was right after, or maybe it was during towards the end of it.
Maybe he did both. Maybe they don't require that much work.
God, how many more of these are there?
Black Pariah saw Monsters Ball sitting next to their sister and their mom. Man, you can see during that sex scene. Am I thinking of the right movie?
Good.
Is that Halle Berry and you see his nutsack like flex when they're doing it, like
Flex?
Like you see it like go up into Halle Berry, like she like
nutsack?
They're not really. Billy Bob Thornton's
or maybe
nutsack.
that like that Mercury.
It looks like his real shaved balls.
That's probably what he has over his dick.
I'm gonna find. There's a gif
I forget
of
what it's
it.
called.
I don't believe Billy Bob Thornton's character in that movie would shave his balls.
Maybe he has. Maybe Halle Berry did it for him.
Everybody should shave the balls.
There's a gif of it of just like a zoomed up of like his balls just flexing while during the sex scene with Halle Berry.
One, right?
Why
is his hand bigger than his head?
Oh, TG Diva says Ringer Master 98, Private Parts 97. Get ready for 30/20/10 next year.
God.
This makes no sense. Why is his glove bigger than his head?
That's the dream world.
Yeah.
That's why.
Because he made it bigger.
Did he get his head shrunk like Beetlejuice?
Matty Salon says it isn't as realistic as the horse balls physics in the new Red Dead trailer. Are there horse balls physics in the new
There are?
We watched the trailer. I don't remember seeing any horse balls.
Oh my god, I can't wait to punch one.
Oh, it is called Ringmaster, says TG
That's
Diva.
Ringmaster.
I think either one of those titles would have worked.
One word. I remember the
it's
poster.
a little weird because
his
it was
name
also
is Springer.
There's also the first name of Steve Austin when he joined WWE.
Ringmaster
It's called
Steve
the
Austin.
Ringmaster, yeah.
Ringmaster Austin?
No, just the Ringmaster. Because
Yeah.
they didn't want him to use Steve Austin because he was using that in WCW, so they were like, no, the Ringmaster.
He was on both networks as two different personas?
That's what they do all the time.
Yeah, that happens.
Like,
I don't know.
Oh, it's down to just the head.
I know that I remember Hollywood Hulk Hogan. I'm a bad guy now.
yeah. I think that was also because he didn't want to. He was just Hollywood Hogan. He wasn't Hollywood Hulk Hogan because Hulk, you needed to get that little approval from Marvel. I
from
think for a
Stan
while.
Lee.
Marvel's like, Stanley's like, if this guy's a bad guy, he can't be a Hulk anymore.
Positive Bird says, you know, if your palm is bigger than your hand, you're stupid.
Yeah. Oh, that was always such a fun
I did that to a
prank.
girl on a first date once. Because she said she could never be tricked. And I ended up dating her for a long time. Mom Secret Recipe says, I put that as a joke, but I hope it's true. Oh, she said you put in your age to control the bounce level. That's a reference to Dead or Alive?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Booty, booty.
Booty, booty.
Booty, booty.
Assy, assy.
Booty, booty.
Lassie, lassie.
We're saying? Oh, I thought you were saying Lassie, Lassie.
What the hell is with this boss rush? You fought 6 hands and 3 heads.
Hey, if Cuphead did that, you wouldn't complain.
Oh, I wouldn't.
And that's the point of Cuphead. Everything is super varied.
This is the fucking 4th time I fought this head. I'm sick of it.
That's
You're
like
gonna die.
that's incredible. They
It's
had a
almost
boss
over.
rush and then combined all the.
Okay, I think now is it Freddy?
TJ Diva says
You gotta throw all that shit in the furnace.
TJ Diva says the only real Ringmaster is the second Insane Clown Posse album.
I
Am
hate-
I right?
Ah, it's real this time, bitch.
This is where I molested all those
Yeah, I
kids.
wonder why they did those Freddy's Coming sequences, because like we recycled every boss 4 times. We can't just do this one once.
I feel terrible.
Are you making him get into the furnace?
I don't know.
You will. I think you're gonna throw all his bones in the furnace or something.
The fucking 800 bones I've collected.
Guys, we did it. This is the victory lap.
Man, don't put the cart before the Freddy.
Newly Salad says,
power.
Newly Salad says Freddy follows the MK3
Newly
rules
Salad?
of body parts.
Newly
4 heads,
Salad?
7 legs, no
Newly
ribs.
salad. Newly salad. Newly salad.
Because you would
I'm
explode
going crazy.
people and they would have like 6 rib cages come out and a bunch of stomachs.
Anyone whose screen name is 4 syllables, I can make it into the song. Black
TG
Pariah.
Diva?
Black Pariah.
TG Diva.
Black Pariah. TG Diva. TG Diva.
Mom Secret Recipe? Mom Secret
Mesa.
Recipe? I'll make it work.
Mommy Secret. Mommy Secret. Mommy Secret. Yay! Look at all.
You've thrown all the bones in! He's
Throw
carrying all
5,
those
6,
bones!
7, 8, 9. If they go through all fucking 300.
Please do. I want to see them all. Let me see them all. Wow.
Where has he been keeping these bones?
Freddy's just like a Connects. Like he's just all the same bone.
Yay! We
So
did
the
it!
evil is purged. Fire purifies all. The bones are ashes, soon to be dust. Freddy trademark is dead, and the nightmare is ended.
Rip.
What? Worth it. Totally
R.I.P.
worth
in
it.
peace. Bone that furnace.
Oh my
I
God!
can't
They're
read
not.
the name.
Oh!
Try again with a friend.
Second quest.
Ooh.
No.
Yay!
Hey, we did
Holy
it.
shit!
That
That
is
was,
Nightmare
that
on
was
Elm
only an
Street,
hour,
people.
18 minutes. That felt like 8.
That
It's
felt
all
like forever.
the end of Nightmare on Elm Street, people. But Elm Street Nightmare is out now, wherever you get your podcasts. Thank you so much for watching.
Yes.
Be sure to subscribe and check out some of our Jason videos. They are really fun too, even if YouTube thinks they're not suitable.
And
for
look forward
advertising.
to Laser Time this week or next week. We'll be a little Freddy centric again, and another one will be we'll have another Fred in it. Fred Savage, or is it Ben Savage? One of them.
That was a nightmare.
Thanks
an
for
Elm Street
watching.
Nightmare.
Thanks for
Bye,
watching.
guys.
Thanks
Peace
for
out.
watching.